mother, may she rest in peace, was an alumnus, and at her demise, it was important for the family to carry on that tradition. Certainly my sister and I and my father want to keep it here and continue to impact the lives of the students.
So Niagara University has beautiful facilities. We have the Thomas Golisano building, and it's wonderful. We have lots of great equipment. But there's other needs, and one of these other needs is the supplies, the expendables, the materials that you need on a day-to-day basis. The Zimmer Award really helps us from that perspective. It allows us to keep things going. These students can do their research during the summer, during the spring, during the fall, during the winter. Yes, these students come in at all times because they really are dedicated to move research forward.
The research that the students are doing can sometimes be the most unique part of their education. A student can really distinguish themselves by putting all of the extra work into it, and it's going to be a unique thing to show how do they work, what's their interest level, how deeply are they able to analyze a project and bring it together in the end.
So what we do is we try and isolate viruses from different deer Staphylococcus species, so that once we could find one that can infect MRSA, or methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus strains, and we can use that as a new type of antibiotic agent.
What I work on specifically is trying to break down lignocellulose, which is the largest plant biomass waste product in the world. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to break down this lignocellulose matrix using enzymes to create sugars, which we can later ferment into alcohols and phenolic precursors, which can be used in industry, and it can also be used for fuel production.
You have some students come in and I'll say they have the spark. You know that it's there. They're the curious ones. They're the ones that are going to do things because they're always asking those questions, the why questions. They're looking at things in a different way. And I think that this allows me to help to foster that.
I really would like to do internal medicine so I can study infectious disease, because that way I can kind of research ways to combat new pathogens and existing pathogens.
It gives me the opportunity to present my research in Philadelphia on a national platform, and it gets to show the world, it gets to show local schools that Niagara University is capable of conducting this world-class research targeted towards a green economy, targeted towards biofuels, indirectly targeted towards the health field as well.
These students doing undergraduate research, it's not as if we're not dissecting frogs anymore. That's not what we do in the laboratory. We're doing cutting-edge research that does get published, that does help society.
I think that receiving a grant like this validates the student to an extent. It really makes them feel like their accomplishments are worthwhile and are being recognized.
The path towards medical school is a very long path, and there's certain steps that we must take to get there. And research is one of those steps for me. It helps me develop as a student, as a person, and also it shows schools that I have the abilities, I have the passion, I have the drive, I have the knowledge to enter medical school. And the fact that someone believes in me, someone who I don't really know, and they're providing funding and they're providing support, and that really, really, really helps me, and I'm very thankful for that.
I would really say thank you, because this is the next step into my career, because without the funding, maybe I don't get as far as on this research project as I wanted, just because of the limited time frame. But now I can perform many different experiments that I wouldn't have been able to do before. So that way I work towards a publication that could help me get into an MD PhD program in the future.
Look, when you lose a parent, you have that parent with you in different ways than they were here physically. And our ability to contribute to Niagara University gives us great feeling, not just thinking about her memory, but what good we can do for the generations that follow.